So today we're going to FIllmore to paint in a tunnel next to where my mom grew up.
When I was a kid, I lived on Pink Elephant Lane.
They called it Pink Elephant Lane not because of the pink elephant they put down there, but because people would go down there and drink and get drunk and mess around under that bridge. They called them pink elephants because pink elephants on the window, pink elephants on the wall. Lavender alligator running around the hall.
Some people called it Turner Lane because our house was the only house on the whole road for miles and miles.
When we first got it built, we had the first microwave in town. And Dad was so excited about it, he invited everybody to come have hot dogs in our microwave. Put a hot dog on a napkin and give people hot dogs because they thought it was so much fun. Well, I had my mission call. He said, how about going for a ride with me? So we went for a ride and we rode around town a little bit. And we drove up by the Capitol building up on that hill and stopped the car, and we were looking out over the city and talking about all the lights and things. And he turned to me and he said, can you make bread? And I said, yes. And he said, will you marry me? And that was the first time I'd seen him. I don't know what I said to him. I certainly didn't say yes. I said, I'm going on a mission. I'm leaving in January. And he kept saying, well, we can go talk to the general authorities and see if they'll cancel your mission call. We got the letter from the presidency of the church and said, well, since he's already been on a mission and he's home and you're 25 years old, we decided that it's better to get married than for you to go on a mission. So I've always felt bad because I didn't go to Guatemala. Well, look what we ended up with.
So as kids growing up, the deer hunt was a really big deal in FIllmore. They let us out of school early, and all the guys would get up super early in the morning and go out hunting deer, and we'd sit around wait until they got home, and if they'd come home early, we knew they had a deer. They'd take the deer up to my grandpa's house and they'd hang them up in his garage and skin them there, and then when they had them all skinned, they'd take them down to the packing plant to get cut up. But then after that, we always had pine nuts at Grandpa's house, and pine nuts and popcorn and hot chocolate and chili, and the deer hunt was a fond memory for us when we were kids.
We played a game, we called it Turner Rummy because we just kept playing it. It's become a 5-generation game in our family now. We'd play all the time. We'd go up to Grandma's and Grandpa's a lot on Sunday night, and we'd play rummy while the kids say we locked them out and they had to play in another room. And so it's just come down through the generations till even the little, some of the great grandkids, I guess, still play rummy.
I remember going to FIllmore to watch the parade on the 4th of July.
It's kind of a hometown parade, and they have the fire trucks that come through and spray everybody with water.
And then after we watch the parade, we go over to Uncle Roland's and have a barbecue.
And we laid in the back of the truck and got pelted with huge pieces of shrapnel from the fireworks.
I remember going to Grandma's house every Easter, and my aunt would make me and my cousins matching Easter dresses for Easter Sunday, and then they'd make us take pictures under Grandma's huge lilac bushes that always had butterflies and bees hanging around. And on the Saturday before Easter, we would go to the sand dunes and we would roll our colored Easter eggs down the hills on these tracks that we'd dig in the sand. And that was one of my favorite holidays because of that.
I've always loved roses. We had a rose garden. We had climbing roses and all kinds of roses out there in the garden. That's always been my favorite flower.
There's not a lot to do in a little town, so when you get together with your friends, you just kind of drive around and you drive up and down Main Street and up and down Main Street. Cruising up and down Main Street, one Friday night happens to be where I met Holly, my wife.
My great-grandpa bought that truck straight off the lot, brand new in 1979. When he died, he passed it down to my grandpa. He sold it to my dad. My dad sold it to my great-uncle, who sold it to his brother-in-law, who just barely sold it to me, and all I had to do was call him my favorite Uncle Roland for the rest of my life.
4th of July, we washed the conical truck and all the grandkids piled on it and put a big sign on the side. What was it? Grandpa's Helpers or something. And then they drive it in the parade, and Ginny and Mark bought Grandpa's Helper hat caps, and all the kids had little red St. Clair caps with Grandpa's Helper on it. Just like living anyplace else.